Welcome back to the show. I am proud to say that Canada will be the first country to celebrate a year of the garden. And how did this all come to be? Well, my next guest has that answer. I am joined by Michel Gauthier. He's the Executive Director of the Canadian Garden Council. Michel, welcome to the show. Wonderful to have you here. Michel, let's talk about that. How did this all come to be here in Canada?
Well, in 2019, we realized that the Canadian Nursery Landscape Association, which is the organization representing the ornamental horticulture, was going to be 100 years old. So this meant the centennial of this industry. And so we decided, why not have the Year of the Garden?
Well,
to celebrate this.
And we we've talked about it on this show in the past, especially during the pandemic, that we found that a lot of people sort of turned to gardening during the pandemic. Certainly like to see that sustained. But in your experience, have you seen the same thing, Michel? Has there been a huge growth in gardening?
Definitely. There's been a growth. People have gone to their gardens, have gone to gardening. There are lineups and waiting lists for community gardens for those that don't have the backyard. And people have brought the garden also inside the home.
Yeah.
Gardens are being transformed, balcony gardens, front yard gardens. So yes, definitely a turn to the garden world.
Share some. Don't worry about that. That happens. It's virtual. Okay. It's live television, okay. Michel. Tell us about some of the benefits of gardening, because there are many benefits.
Definitely, and it's been proven, and more studies show it, that when you garden, you have a healthy life. It's mental, it's physical, it's social, it's quality of life. While you're contributing to your health, you're also contributing to the environment. So there are so many benefits to what we inviting Canadians this year in 2020 is to live the garden life. That's the best life.
For somebody that's just getting started, Michel, what's some advice you would share? Because sometimes it can be a little bit intimidating for some people.
It is, but there's a lot of information. In fact, look, I just got my Year of the Garden seed collection from Bessie's today. So,
excellent.
You have to start. And so these will be going in the ground pretty soon, and they're going to be ready for the garden. And but there's a lot of information. And in fact, if you visit our website, Year of the Garden, you will find inspiration, which will a place where you can get all different ideas. Then you will also see a button about getting involved. And so there are many ways there that we're inviting Canadians to get involved.
Michel, how will we see Ottawa celebrate the Year of the Garden?
Well, Ottawa's joined many municipalities, and they've also proclaimed 2022 the Year of the Garden. And so we're very happy about this. I wear another hat, which is president of Gardens Ottawa. And so we are now looking at, what are we going to do? The garden promenade. We want to celebrate our garden heroes, which is part of a national program. We want people in Ottawa to plant red. We are inviting, the Year of the Garden's inviting all Canadians to plant red, to honor the frontline workers, lives that are lost during the pandemics, but also to show our gardening pride. And another activity which I think will be important that every gardener in this city can participate is you can sign up your garden as a Year of the Garden celebration garden.
Nice.
And it's easy. You're going to be going in a month's time. We'll invite you. You go on the website. You're even going to get a dot on the map, and you're going to get your certificate to say that you have a 2022 celebration garden.
Michel, I imagine that we in Ottawa were very fortunate as well, because, maybe we don't have a garden ourselves. Maybe, people that are even living in an apartment, they don't have a balcony. As you said, certainly indoors, that there are options to grow indoors, and there's some wonderful options out there. But we do have many different gardens here in Ottawa that people can visit and just enjoy, right?
Yes, very much so. I invite people to visit the Garden Promenade. There's a list of 75 gardens there that you can visit downtown, but there are gardens everywhere. We're lucky. We have the National Capital Commission. They're the official gardeners of the capital. So it's not surprising that we have all these beautiful gardens. And of course, we have the Tulip Festival, which is the biggest garden celebration in Canada. It's right here in the capital. And so we have a lot of opportunities to enjoy gardens and to benefit from gardens. And, I'm happy to say that on March the 23rd, all the politicians up on the Hill agreed on one thing. 2022 is the year of the garden in Canada.
I
That doesn't happen.
I don't think anyone's believing that, Michel, but if you say so.
They did. They don't vote that often altogether, but they did that day.
I think it's an absolute no-brainer. I told you off camera, my wife and I, we built a small greenhouse in the backyard, and it was just a lovely thing, and a lovely thing to do together as well. Something for families to consider is getting the entire family involved. It's a wonderful, maybe a business's team building exercise. Create a garden at your place of work. Michel, really appreciate your time today. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome, and live the garden life, folks. It's the best life.
Happy Year of the Garden to you, Michel, and of course to all our viewers. We'll be back talking comedy right after this.